Millions of listeners trust us on Hatchback. Whether it's politics, social issues, controversies, and trending stories. You know we're credible and objective.
It's Hard Facts with Maryann Okon on 99.3 Nigeria Info. This is Hard Facts.
It's the nation's number one talk news and sports radio station. This is 99.3 Nigeria Info. We're live from our audiovisual studios here in Victoria Island, Lagos. Welcome to Global Review. Every Thursday at 4, we take a walk outside of our borders. But today, we're standing in between the Nigerian border and, of course, every other border that borders all the way down to Nigeria. We're talking about Africa as a continent. We're looking at, of course, elections, governance, and the culture of tyranny that has gradually spread across the African continent. What do we do to play catch up with the rest of the world? I will introduce my guest to you in a bit. But first, let's lay some foundation. Today on the show, we are going to be confronting a question that's as urgent as it is unsettling. Across Africa, the promise of democratic renewal, a promise born in the late 20th century, seems to be fraying. This week's election in Uganda has delivered yet another term for President Yoweri Museveni, now 81 years old and in power for over 40 years. Official results show that he secured around 71.6% of votes, a victory hailed by the African Union as a democratic process, even as the opposition has rejected the figures as fabricated and marred by repression. Museveni traces back, his rule traces back to 1986. I can imagine how old I was then, when he took Kampala after a bush war, promising stability and reform. Over time, he's crafted a political system where term limits and age caps, have been removed from the constitution, moves that critics say anchor his hold on power more tightly than ever. Now, this pattern, leaders clinging to power, institutions bent towards survival rather than public accountability, isn't unique to Uganda only. Cameroon's Paul Biya is there. Equatorial Guinea's Teodoro Obiang is also there, and several others. They have presided over decades of one-man rule or one family dominance with little meaningful democratic alternation. And in the middle of this, Africa's demographic profile is changing very fast. A burgeoning youth population, hungry for jobs, opportunities and freedom, yet confronted with a political system that works more to secure the incumbent than serving the people. Today, we step back from the headlines to examine why Africa isn't growing the democratic, prosperous states that its people deserve, and what structural, economic, and governance reforms might actually make it possible. Joining us to unpack this is my very good friend, and I love having him on the show, Dr. David Matsanga. He's an African affairs analyst, and together we're going to explore not just what of authoritarian persistence, is here in Africa. We're also going to be talking about Nigeria. Dr. Matsanga, Happy New Year, and it's so good to have you join us. How are you?
Happy New Year to you, my sister, across on Victoria Island in Lagos. I miss you, and let me hope one day we shall meet across the waters of Atlantic.
Hopefully. I cannot wait for then. Let's get straight into it, Dr. Matsanga. Let's talk about the historical anchors of power, just like I have said in my opening. How do we understand Museveni's longevity in the context of post-independence and African politics? Because many people will even ask, are we seeing continuity with the liberation leader archetype or something fundamentally different? Because, he started off as a great guy. Most of these guys who are now tyrants, I beg your pardon, you started off as great guys. Some of them were freedom fighters. 40 years later, they're still clinging on to power. What exactly do you think changed?
First of all, I want to thank Ugandans for having peacefully voted, exercised their rights to vote, finished the exercise without bloodshed. That's point number one. I want to thank again Ugandans for refusing calls to come to the streets to protest about the results. First, every election, like any other game, my sister and our listeners across the globe, millions and millions listening to us, has ground rules, code of conduct. You sign a form to say once you finish, whether you are number one, number two, number three, number four, you come back and either if you have not won, you concede. And either you put your grievances across to the courts. Our constitution in the Republic of Uganda gives us that leeway to go to court to say, hello, these elections were not conducted in accordance with the Electoral Commission Act and the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda because of the following reasons. Therefore, anybody who takes part in an election then turns around to say he's not, one, going to recognize it, two, he will not go to court, three, he will go in hiding and start declaring messages, sending out messages for people to come to the street saying the election was rigged or eaten by somebody who took all the votes. That is not democracy. That is not democracy. That is what happened in our situation. President Museveni, as I predicted, my sister, if you look at my way of doing my things, I have studied political science, as you know, to the last iota on planet Earth. Maybe if there is another stage, they can bring it for me. I predicted that President Museveni will get 70% plus and minus error of margin, or margin of error, sorry. Margin of error will be -5 plus 5. And indeed, it came true. That was 1 week before. After analyzing the demographics, the voting pattern, the voter turnout, the expected, voters who will flood the weather, everything. We do all these things. I've done it for over 40 years. I've gone to 65 countries across the world during elections, including your own country. So for me, there was nothing going to change. There was nothing that I was expecting. I had already known that President Museveni was going to win. And the loser, who is Bob Wine, commonly known as Robert Sentamu Kyagulanyi, was going to make noise and run around to call people to come to the streets. I knew it. I saw it. Because his campaigning strategy, style, substance lacked. My sister, that's the position.
Okay, so in the case of Uganda, the people of Uganda, for example, also like the people of Cameroon, and I mean, you saw what happened in the Cameroonian elections. Yes, there is a constitution, but then the presidency has found a way around it to circumvent the constitution as it used to be, and made so many changes that favors him. 40 years of the same man sitting in power. I mean, I schooled in Uganda. It's very hard for anyone to openly talk about politics with you. They're all scared. That is not a democracy, is it?
Thank you very much. The 1995, I think you were in Uganda schooling when I was already in exile. I've been in exile for 40 years now, exactly. Yes, since 1985. It's coming to 41 years now.
Wow.
I worked with President Museveni. We were together in Tanzania in 1979, 78, 79, 80. We worked. He was in the military commission. I was in the political and diplomatic commission of the Uganda National Liberation Front. So I know President Museveni for a long time. He did not overthrow our government. Our government was overthrown by our own generals called General Tito Okello and Basilio Okello, who overthrew the government, and we left. So President Museveni also came and overthrew them, and they found us in exile. Now, that has been, since then, it has been on and off, conflict. In 1995, Ugandans decided to make a constitution. And that constitution had 2-term limits. And there is nowhere on planet Earth in political science, if the books that I've read, the Plato Republic, which you should enjoy reading, it hasn't told you that you should have 5 years, or you should have 3 years or 4. No, we have made a mistake in Africa. That is the beginning of our mistakes. We have copied paste from the American or from the British systems, instead of making our own systems that fit Africa. We have made a big error. 1995 Constitution was a good one, which was partly cut and paste from South African Constitution and cut and paste from the USA Constitution. And they made 5 years. I think Ugandans reached a point somewhere in 2000 something. They said, enough. What is it that we want? The president has not achieved some of the things. I'm not going to say I was one of the few people who was telling the president of Republic of Uganda, if you can see on the transcripts of BBC Focus on Africa, everywhere, Matsanga is littered everywhere there, opposing. I said, I need parties, I need political parties to come back. You can extend the constitution, you can do what, but allow political parties to come back. Okay, the president said, okay, let's go for referendum. Ugandans overwhelmingly voted to remove the term limits. Term limits from the constitution. It's not Museveni, it's the Ugandans. They removed the term limits. The referendum was conducted. Because for me, I cannot come here to judge how long a human being should live on earth. Age limit is different from term limit. But term limit is the fundamental base of the constitution, which was removed by Ugandans themselves, not me, because I was away. So once they removed the term limits, they brought in the president was liked. His party was strong. He organized his party. To be very frank, my sister, without being biased, the NRM is well organized. It has grassroots everywhere. The political party opposition, what kills Uganda's opposition, my sister, they are fragmented. Completely fragmented. Completely. Each one wants to become a president.
But does it say whether the parties are fragmented or not? I mean, it's one thing to have a Museveni as president, and it's one thing to want to unseat him. But does it mean that all of Ugandans are happy with Museveni 40 years later if they are all living in fear?
There is no democracy where the Plato Republic says everybody should be happy with you. Where is it? I've read Socrates, Aristotle. Tell me, the Athens, the shoemakers in Athens, were they happy with the others up there eating in the Senate? Well, that's why you see Emperor Julius Caesar being killed by his closest friend, because that's part of democracy. Even if it's violent democracy. People cannot agree with you fully. There are Ugandans who said, okay, where is the alternative? My sister, let it not bother you. Where is the alternative?
Are you implying that there's no alternative, that they're not better people than Museveni in Uganda that could lead Ugandans to a better future?
If the alternative you are looking for is Bob Sentamu Chagula.
No. I'm not talking about Bobby Wine. I'm saying, are you saying that in the whole of Uganda, that I've met very intelligent professors, teachers, politicians, that there's nobody who can rival the sitting president? Is that what you're implying?
Some of us who tried outside, why can't you say, let me not explain that one.
Let's go on a quick break, Doctor. When we come back, Dr. David Matsanga is here with us. We're talking about tyranny in Africa, most importantly, using Uganda as our first port of call. We'll be right back after this break. Stay with us.
More conversation, more talk, more right after this.
From Saturday, the 31st of January at 8 p.m.
1 billion naira is up for grabs every single week.
Buy your tickets now before sales close. Go to afrimillions.ng, pick your lucky numbers, and play for just 1,000 naira. There are lots of other amazing prizes. Catch the live draw every Saturday at 8 p.m. on Wazobia TV, with repeats on Wazobia FM, Cool FM, and Nigeria Info. Afri Millions, we win together. Licensed by the Lagos State Lottery and Gaming Authority. Terms and conditions apply.
Every meal I cook must taste just right. Rich, delicious, full of love.
We hear you. Your Maggie Star in double cubes. Double the flavor, double the convenience. The same trusted taste you love. Maggie Star Double Cubes. Made from fermented soya and other selected ingredients for that deep flavor and quality that only Maggie brings to your dishes.
Absolutely delicious.
Get Maggie Double Cubes today. Me and Maggie, so good together.
Guy, I think I met the love of my life today.
Oh yeah, drop this gist as it is hot.
I was about to talk to her when she entered the bus.
Yeah, sad that you didn't talk to her.
Which guy? I followed her into the bus.
You almost had me.
Of course, I was going to sit next to her when one old baba looked at me. So I had to give up my seat.
Which kind story be this now?
So I decided to write a note.
Finally, victory.
But wind blew it.
Instead of you to go closer.
Trust me now. I did. You know, as soon as someone else stood up beside her, I swiftly sat beside her, checked my breath and all. Anyways, guess who has a date tonight?
Enjoy confidence to go closer with Close Up that gives you lasting fresh breath and full antibacterial protection, because in life, closer is better.
When you dine at that 5-star restaurant, ever tried eating with just one chopstick? When you go on a business trip, do you fly in a plane with one wing? Ever tried clapping with only one hand? Or playing a game of tennis alone? We know your answer is a no, because you know it takes two to tango. So, why not choose a partner that's equipped to complement you?
Get Value Alliance Asset Management Solutions today. Let's grow lasting wealth together. Visit www.valuealliance.com to get started. Value Alliance. We grow with you.
Win from over 80 million naira in cash and exciting prizes in the Golden Hunt promo.
This promo, there's no need for advert anymore.
Because
my mom alone can hunt down any gist. How much more 80 million naira in prizes with the whole family involved?
Naija, let the Golden Hunt begin. Just buy any Golden Morn Golden Hunt 30 gram or 45 gram promo pack. Look inside for a unique code and dial *8011*1# for a chance to win big. Promo ends April 15, 2026. Golden Morn. Make every day golden.
Paying for insurance is like carrying an umbrella, just in case it rains. But what if it doesn't? With regular insurance, you get nothing if you make no claim. With Noor Takaful Insurance, you might just get cash back for the next day.
There's a Noor way to do ethical insurance. Noor Takaful Insurance, where you win by claims which are paid promptly or win by profit sharing. Visit noortakaful.ng or download the Ra app to get started. Noor Takaful, your win-win partner.
Afri Millions 1 billion naira jackpot up for grabs every single week. There are lots of other amazing prizes. The first draw is Saturday, 31st January at 8 p.m. on Wazobia TV. So hurry and get them soon. Visit afrimillions.ng to play now. Create your account and come pick your 6 lucky numbers from 1 to 49. Each ticket costs just 1,000 naira. Afri Millions, we win together. Players must be 18 plus. Licensed by the Lagos State Lottery and Gaming Authority. Terms and conditions apply.
10 years in media is not 10 years in real life. It's plans rewritten, GRP stretched, strategies optimized mid-campaign because the data said adjust. 10 years of planning with precision, buying with intent, and delivering excellence. Algorithm Media is 10, and we are celebrating with an evening of white glam on denim. Friday, January 30th, strictly by invitation. Algorithm Media, the media advocate your brand needs.
Every meal I cook must taste just right. Rich, delicious, full of love.
We hear you. Your Maggie Star in double cubes. Double the flavor, double the convenience. The same trusted taste you love. Maggie Star Double Cubes. Made from fermented soya and other selected ingredients for that deep flavor and quality that only Maggie brings to your dishes.
Absolutely delicious.
Get Maggie Double Cubes today. Me and Maggie, so good together.
Bank 78, oh, my money elevate.
My people, una don't hear about the bank where everybody they yarn about? Bank 78. You want send money? That one na sharp. You need loan? Kia, no stress at all. Customer service inco, then go treat you like king, queen, plus including president join. He never finish oh. With Bank 78, your savings good they work for you. You fit invest, grow your business and even open account for your pikin. Make the money start to grow from small. But what thing you go do? E easy pass pure water. Download Bank 78. Sign up. E don't finish oh. My people, no form hard guy oh. Download Bank 78 now. Make your better pass your better.
Bank 78, oh, my money elevate.
Start your day and have a good time.
Kivo Krima.
And where you need to have the break time.
Kivo Krima.
If not tea, Papa Garita.
Kivo Krima. Kivo Krima.
No matter where you are, city or out of town, you deserve a great reliable connection. The Airtel 5G Smart Connect not only delivers that, but also gives you unlimited data to stream, download, and browse in your home or office. It also comes with wider coverage and super fast speed, all for just 25,000 Naira. Visit the nearest Airtel shop to start enjoying unlimited data now. Airtel.
Everybody confirm I'm the correct remedy for headache. Medic 55 now.
My name na Odunlade Adekola and I be better hustler. From morning till night, na back to back. Work, traffic, noise. Sometimes it be like say your head go bust. Once that headache show, I go straight for Medic 55. With Medic 55, I dey medic my headache. For headache,
use Medic 55.
If your body no tranga after 3 days, go see your doctor.
Win from over 80 million naira in cash and exciting prizes in the Golden Hunt promo.
This promo, there's no need for advert anymore.
Because
my mom alone can hunt down any gist. How much more 80 million naira in prizes with the whole family involved?
Naija, let the Golden Hunt begin. Just buy any Golden Morn Golden Hunt 30 gram or 45 gram promo pack. Look inside for a unique code and dial *8011*1# for a chance to win big. Promo ends April 15, 2026. Golden Morn. Make every day golden.
Guy, I think I met the love of my life today.
Oh yeah, drop this gist as it is hot.
I was about to talk to her when she entered the bus.
Yeah, sad that you didn't talk to her.
Which guy? I followed her into the bus.
You almost had me.
Of course, I was going to sit next to her when one old baba looked at me. So I had to give up my seat.
Which kind story be this now?
So I decided to write a note.
Finally, victory.
But wind blew it.
Instead of you to go closer.
Trust me now. I did. You know, as soon as someone else stood up beside her, I swiftly sat beside her, checked my breath and all. Anyways, guess who has a date tonight?
Enjoy confidence to go closer with Close Up that gives you lasting fresh breath and full antibacterial protection, because in life, closer is better.
Every meal I cook must taste just right. Rich, delicious, full of love.
We hear you. Your Maggie Star in double cubes. Double the flavor, double the convenience. The same trusted taste you love. Maggie Star Double Cubes. Made from fermented soya and other selected ingredients for that deep flavor and quality that only Maggie brings to your dishes.
Absolutely delicious.
Get Maggie Double Cubes today. Me and Maggie, so good together.
In life, the more successful you become, the more you realize that there's always a key factor that helps make success happen. Just like a seed becomes a tree with the support of the right soil, and the bridge stands tall because its pillars hold it up. Lasting success happens when the right things work together, like you and the reputable partner with the right expertise.
Get Value Alliance Asset Management Solutions today, and let's grow lasting wealth together. Visit www.valuealliance.com to get started. Value Alliance. We grow with you.
There's so much more to enjoy when you fly in Emirates Economy. More legroom, delicious regionally inspired meals, complimentary free-flowing drinks, and the latest movies, TV shows, music, and live sport. Some of the best entertainment in the skies. And our family services make your journey simple and fun. Plan your next trip and start the holiday early in Emirates Economy. Fly Emirates, fly better.
I am the chef of life with Mr. Chef. Niger vibe, Mr. Chef, two finger crush. I am the chef of life with Mr. Chef. I am the chef of life with Mr. Chef.
Mr. Chef, taste home, taste culture.
Chef of life.
Attention secondary schools, the countdown is on for the I Beg to Differ Secondary Schools Debate Season 9 audition. And here's the big news. The registration deadline has been extended to January 25th, 2026. Do you think your students have what it takes to speak up, stand out, and debate brilliantly? Then register now for the live auditions by visiting nigeriainfo.fm. All schools that have successfully submitted their registration online are expected to attend the live audition happening on Saturday, January 31st, 2026. Venue, Nigeria Info Studios, 267A at Timian Crescent, Victoria Island, Lagos. Audition begin 10 a.m. prompt on Saturday, January 31st, 2026. Don't miss this opportunity to let your student voices be heard. Register now at nigeriainfo.fm. For sponsorship inquiries, send an email to info@nigeriainfo.fm. I Beg to Differ, the Tournament of Champions.
We bring to you the conversations that matters.
Sarah has sued governors of the 36 states and the minister of the Federal Capital Territory.
The Nigeria needs this administration to treat them better than the last administration did.
The responsibility of any government around the world is to secure lives and property first.
It is a principle of fair and equitable treatment.
And most of these properties that are developing, they are empty.
Are you going to just sit down here and watch all 36 governors become APC members?
Those people who are fanatics don't see anything wrong in people who they support.
If you stand for the truth, this country will move forward. But we refuse.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Conversation never stops. Let's talk.
All right, we're back. It's still Hard Facts, 99.3 Nigeria Info. I still have with me Dr. David Matsanga. We're talking about, of course, the tyrannical governments across Africa, why this has become some sort of claw that has been sunk into the heart of Africa. How do we get it out? Is there a chance that Africa will be able to play catch up with the rest of the world in terms of good governance, development, and human rights? Well, Dr. David was talking to us about Uganda because Uganda is, of course, our focal point, for being that the elections were just concluded recently. And he was talking to us about the changes in the constitution, which has led to where the people are. I did ask a question, Doctor, about, you suggesting that there is nobody who can stand up to a Museveni in Uganda.
Where I've gone, but you can't hear me.
I can hear you, but you're disappearing on my screen.
Yes, I can see, but I don't know. I don't know what has happened. Here I am.
Okay, you're back. Yes.
Okay, you're back. Yeah, I'm here, but I don't finish.
Something's happening to your audio, and I can't hear you any longer. Oh dear. I think it's a connection issue from your end, Doctor. Is it possible for you to leave the meeting and join it again? Maybe that would solve the problem. Just leave the meeting and then rejoin. Maybe we can get... Yeah. Maybe we can get you back. Just leave the meeting, then join us again. Maybe that will solve the problem. Anyway, would like to share your thoughts and your comments. We're still talking about tyranny across the African continent. We've used the likes of Equatorial Guinea, where the president and his son are both president and vice president, and they've been there for a bit. You have Cameroon, where Paul Biya just recently rejoined. Won his election again, even though he couldn't show up to his own campaign. A statue was used to somewhat depict him at those campaign venues. The people of Cameroon were out in their numbers in the streets to protest the Electoral Commission's move to, in their words, rig the elections in favor of the president. And this can be detailed for several other countries who have had tyrannical leadership. But then you come to some of the African countries who have now experienced some level of coup d'etat, where military heads of states are now in charge. There are those who would say, well, this signals that there might be some leeway for democracy to take its proper course. There are those who would also say that this is the beginning, that this is how it starts. And then, of course, one man comes in a uniform and says, I'm trying to save you, but then turns out to be the devil. There are those who would say that most of these people who have become tyrannical heads have started off as freedom fighters, and then they became power drunk and refused to leave power. Doctor, quickly, let's talk about... I'll leave Uganda for a bit because of our time. Let's talk about African countries, especially I talked about Equatorial Guinea, where the father is the president, the son is the vice president. Governments have now become some sort of a family business. I mean, you see it in even Nigeria, where a man is a senator or a minister, and then he wants his son to be a local government chairman, a House of Rep member. You know, it's more like we're friends and family government. And in all of this, the will of the people doesn't take its course. And Africa is supposed to be playing on the same stage with the rest of the world. The rest of the world has gone 50 years ahead, and we're still, in the doldrums. Even as we are as blessed, maybe even more blessed than these other countries on the other side of the continent, or on the other side of the world, but we still are, somewhat in chains. What do you think is responsible for that, and how do we break that? Because our next set of generation, in fact, Africa has a high population of young people. What are we supposed to do with them?
First of all, to clear out the Uganda issue, Museveni won in the rural areas, collected all the votes, is liked in the rural areas. The urban eating hamburger guys like us, Matsanga, and you, myself, my sister, we tried to vote, they couldn't vote. So Museveni won that vote. What we call upon Chagulanyi, Bob Wine to come back, concede defeat or go to court, and that's wait, reorganize ourselves. Coming back to Africa as it is, let me be very frank. I have written a very powerful paper. I will send it to you, and you see about, does Africa need one man, one vote? Do we need it? Does Africa need this type of democracy, of competition? Are we ready to compete? You and I saw you when you began this show, you told somebody to leave your studio. And he said, no, let me record something. I was listening to everything. Are we ready to concede, my sister? Can we concede that I have lost? I pray for Manchester. I'll wait for next time. I am a Liverpool supporter for 46 years. I've supported Liverpool. At times I don't eat food when they have lost. But I don't beat up my people. So we have not reached that stage as Africans to say concede. Our independence is 67 years old only. You don't forget that. The first country got independence, Ghana, 67 years old now, coming to 68. We haven't moved, even reached 100 years of democracy. So what Africa needs to do to avoid all these people, there are two factors that make people choose their presidents, their sons, their sisters, their brothers, like that man of Equatorial Guinea. You know, when you threaten a leader, when he's in power, when you do what we did to Mubarak in a keg, sister, we can blame everything. But when you get a leader who has worked for the country for many years, and that is the very reason why Bob Wine lost in Uganda. All the time, Museveni. 90 days he was given to campaign. All the words were President, I think he mentioned Museveni a million times. Throughout, he did not present the manifesto. Now, if you treat the leaders, the current leaders, you treat them, you threaten them, they will have to extend, change the constitution, move forward, bring the son, bring the mother, bring everybody, bring to be there because they are not sure of their security. On the negative side, some of the people commit crimes like Obianga in Equatorial Guinea, like Paul Rubia, just next to you. Yeah, this one has got my 10 friends, professors who studied together with Dr. Matsanga. They are locked up. They were kidnapped from your place, taken into, sentenced to life. How many people have been sentenced to life by Paul Rubia? Very many. But Africa needs to do one thing, my sister. Go back like China went back. China 40 years ago had one rice scheme, which you know very well. It was in Uganda, feeding 300 million people. After the death of Mao Zedong, China came back. China came back and said, oh, this democracy of saying hamburgers are bad, Kingfisher is bad, KFC is bad, McDonald's is bad. It might not be very good. Let's try them. Africa needs to go back to that. The systems of governance, my sister. Can you explain it to me, for example, in Nigeria? Look at what I'm going to say. 94 million people registered to vote. Only 26.4 came up to vote a president. 68 went to Atlantic Ocean under in water swimming. And now they have come back demanding, I want this, I want that. Aha, what is that?
David, it's like you were eavesdropping on a conversation I had a few hours ago with my callers, you know, where people are saying that, some of us came out to vote, nothing happened. And I'm saying, well, you all need to come out in your numbers because you're more than the people who are in the leadership. They're just a handful of people. And if everyone comes out to register their votes and say, this is who we want, I'm sure that will reflect in the election. And there will not be room for the kind of, election practice that happens every other day.
I was there. I was shocked when I looked at you. I was an independent. I wish I found you. I was an independent voter, observer in those places. Quickly, I left. And I told the observers, I'm not going to write a report here. Where are the 68 million people gone? They disappeared. Now, the same thing in Uganda. That's what happened. Now, there's election. Is the type of governance that Africa is inherited, that has inherited of Westminster, of Georgia, of Washington, across, that bring 5 years, and you get 5 years and go where? You tell us the truth. You want 10 years, we give you. After that, go. So Africa needs to go back to a drawing table. China today lends us money because it threw out Mao Zedong's policies and said, no, let's see. Look at China today, 40 years past. They had one rice scheme sharing with Matsanga's stomach. Now today, the rice, they are now the ones even building the roads, hospitals for us. That is what Africa should do. But if we continue the way we are continuing, my sister, and the fellow, those listening to us across Africa, many of these people threaten the president incumbent. You threaten him, we shall arrest you, take you to ICC. You think you will leave power? If you are threatening him that I will catch you when you leave, I will take you to ICC, will the president leave? No. That's why you find that Obianga is still there, because Obianga has nowhere to go. As soon as he steps out of this, someone is waiting. The way they did it to Hosni Mubarak, they put a president of a country that has suffered to bring peace between Israelis and the Palestinians in a keg. Look at that on the other flip of the coin. The other one, you can call them tyrants. Look at Mr. Kagame. His country is doing very well. He got 99.9% votes.
Did he?
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah, yes, he got, yeah. Madam, have you ever gone to
I have
Rwanda?
3 times. Yes,
Please,
I have.
Have you seen how disciplined and well managed the people
Yes,
are?
of course. We give it to them. It's a clean, beautiful place.
Let's be honest. Africa needs that. How many people can you tell in a Lagos street to throw litter in a dustbin? He will tell you what is your problem. Why are you looking at me?
Why are you shouting, Dr. Matsanga? Why? Why are you shouting at us in Lagos? Why?
Shouting at, okay, Kampala. Let me come back to Kampala. How many people in Kampala can you tell, oh, you have thrown the litter? We have bad manners. And we have to begin changing those bad manners. We don't blame Museveni, when our manners are bad. Does Museveni tell you to build a house where you know that there is a pipe of water that is going to block Kampala from receiving water? Does he? Does Museveni tell you to overlap, to drive and overlap and go and kill people because you are overlapping, running for what? You have your house, your wife is there, everything is there. We have a bad mindset. We better begin discussing the mindset of Africa. There's something wrong.
In closing, Doctor, and you've hit a nerve, and it's a good nerve, because this is something that people like me have advocated for. Are you saying, in closing, you have just a minute, that Africa needs to check the kind that maybe we need a different kind of type of governing to help us, progress, as opposed to saying we want Western democracy?
It is dead. Western democracy is dead. Tell me, in Nigeria, I was there, some people were burning ballot papers in front of my eyes with a gun. Somebody shot in the air. We all went cover. Is that democracy you want? Tell me, everywhere in Africa where there is election, few places can end without a dead body on the floor. South Africa, Senegal, Liberia, Ghana, across you. Your place, nowhere. My country, nowhere. Kenya, nowhere. Now we have another problem, which is the worst problem. We have an opposition that is sponsored by the darker forces that colonize the earth. Look at that. They pay money to make sure that we are disorganized. Then they come to take oil. They turn gold. Have you seen the tactics that Mr. Trump is doing? We have a new Trump coming on the scene saying, don't worry about democracy. You give me oil, I'll give you troops to guard you in Congo.
We've got to go. We've got to go, Dr. Matsanga. I have to bring you back some other time, but our time is fast spent. You're talking about some things that people might agree with you. But we have to go. We have to go.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr.
I want you to come back to Uganda.
I will. If you send me a ticket, I'll come to Kampala next week. Send me a ticket, I'll come.
I will tell President Museveni to send you first class ticket in Emirates, and then you arrive to see us very soon. We need to do a lot of things with you.
Okay.
In the media.
All right.
Thank you
so much. Dr. David Matsanga is an Africa Affairs analyst. We want to thank you so much for coming on the show. We appreciate it. Thank you.
More news and information coming up. We'll be back in a moment.
Every meal I cook must taste just right. Rich, delicious, full of love.
We hear you. Your Maggie Star in double cubes, double the flavor.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.